Hey Casey, you guys had some pretty good chunk plays today that maybe hadn't happened in the first two games, able to throw the ball down the field a little bit. How much of that had to do with just kind of deciding to gradually open up the playbook a bit more versus Shane just being a bit more comfortable today as compared to
It was
last game?
both, I mean, once we had a little bit of consistency with the offensive line and Shane had some snaps under his belt, makes a big difference. And we wanted to push the ball down the field a little bit today and open it up because it was, we were pretty conservative in the first two games. And it was time to stretch it vertical. So we took a couple shots that worked out.
What did you see from Shane today this week compared to last week? Just the progressions.
We didn't have a whole lot of things in it for him to where he was going to go back through all the progressions. Most of it was just, hey, man, here we go. Here's 1 to 2, take a shot. And he stood in the pocket and he let it go. So he had confidence, poise enough to stand in there and chuck it deep for us today and took a couple shots. And fortunately, the kids were open. So, like I said, it worked out, we took the same kind of shots in the first two games, a couple of them anyway. And we didn't catch them. So it's just one of those days. It worked for us today.
Our next question is going to come from Jason Elmquist from the Stillwater News Press. Go ahead, Jason.
How you doing, Casey?
Good, Jace. How are you?
Not too bad. Well, obviously the first 2 weeks there's been some criticism or questions on Chuba's running the ball. Today, he balls up 7 yards per carry, 145 yards rushing. How impressed were you with his performance today?
I was thoroughly. I mean, it was great to see him get out there and get on the perimeter, and see him stretch out those legs and get that speed, up again and get that catapult that we have. I mean, hopefully his numbers on that catapult popped up there around 20 something. But it was good. It was good to see him get out there on the perimeter today and get some space and green grass in front of him.
And then you guys were trying to target Tylen a little bit more. Was that part of the game plan, or just kind of develop with the way that their defense was running things?
We wanted to make sure that he and 30 got touches. Those are our guys, and we want to try and make sure that they get off to a good start. It just so happened that it lasted a little longer than maybe we thought it would. Both those continued to just roll with it and take advantage of the snaps that they got, the touches that they had. So, yeah, we were trying to give them the ball, but we're trying to get 30 the ball too. Those are, like I said, those are our guys. So, at the end of the day, they got a few more touches probably than we thought they were going to get, which is still good.
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah, you bet.
Our final question for Kasey Dunn is going to come from Sudit Tuma from the Oak Collie. Go ahead, Sudit.
Hey, Coach. When the defense is playing the way it is, how does that kind of alter the way you game plan and call plays?
Well, it did in the first two games for sure. We don't want to set our guy out there too much and expose him, to potential turnovers. So, young guy, we're trying to make sure that we kind of manufacture some of the plays for him and not stretch his skill set too much too soon. So, it changed it quite a bit. Our defense is playing really, really well. So, to take a bunch of chances is unnecessary, at least at this point. So, we got to keep riding them. They're doing a great job. We'll keep bringing them along on the offensive side, and hopefully we can get this thing, to where we're matching what they're doing on the defensive side. So maybe we can find ourselves into the big dance at the end of this thing. So we just got to keep plugging along. That's what we want. Try and get to that Big 12 championship.